In today's video, we'll talk about some of the best picks in the solo queue for the month of February 2024. These heroes were chosen based on the official data from the developers, original server and advanced server updates, and also feedback from former and current Immortal players. These heroes were grouped according to their primary roles officially listed in the game, not the lanes nor areas they are ideally played in, and are not sorted according to how good they are, since a lot of them are equally effective. And finally, we'll also share some recommendations for each hero that will certainly help you gain more wins. If you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like, share, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Minotaur remains one of the best tanks in the game. Thanks to his ultimate's massive reach, he can snatch control of fights even from a distance. No other tank can stun as many enemies all at once. This makes him a beast for both starting strong and turning losing battles around. Even early on, Minotaur's first skill is no joke. He can launch tons of enemies sky high, making him a real pain from level 1. But be warned, mastering Minotaur takes practice. He's not just about charging in. You'll need to know when to pull out his big moves and how to position yourself to control the battlefield. Barats is built like a brick wall, shrugging off attacks with ease thanks to his impressive resilience and skill set. But don't let his tankiness fool you, Barats packs a serious punch too. His damage output is shockingly high for a tank, making him a threat not to be underestimated. And if anyone gets too close, his powerful crowd control will put them right back in their place. What's even more insane is the higher his HP, the harder he hits. That means ditching damage items and focusing on pure tankiness, turning him into an unstoppable force, is the best way of building him. Tigreal chains enemies with the longest crowd control combo in the game. Forget short stuns and puny slows, this titan throws down a crowd control party that lasts all night long. Not only does he have an endless buffet of crowd control skills, but they all hit multiple enemies at once. This makes him the ultimate initiator and team player, setting up ganks and team fights with his crowd control mastery. Enemies will be begging for mercy as Tigreal paints the battlefield blue with his crowd control chains. But remember, power comes with responsibility. Mastering Tigreal takes practice, knowing when to unleash his crowd control combos and how to position himself to maximize their impact. Claude is one of the most beginner-friendly marksmen thanks to his versatile kit. His blinking ability lets him escape sticky situations, his AoE damage helps clear minions quickly, and his target locking ensures precision strikes. But his true power shines in team fights. Late-game Claude becomes a menace, especially against high HP heroes. His damage output skyrockets, melting tanks and turning the tide of the battle. Carrie packs a terrifying punch, thanks to her passive skill. She deals sustained true damage to any hero she encounters, chipping away at their health regardless of defenses. This alone makes her a nightmare for most, but it gets even scarier for those with high HP pools because her true damage scales based on their HP, essentially melting them faster. Sure, Wanwan might start the game like a nervous kitten, but underestimate her at your own peril. Once she gains some experience and snags those key damage items, she transforms into a deadly late-game killing machine. But she's not just about damage. Wanwan also boasts a nifty cleansing ability, making it tricky for enemies to lock her down and burst her down. This makes her a slippery target, constantly evading and weaving through team fights. Imagine a fighter who seamlessly blends damage and sustain, tearing through enemies while mending his wounds in the heat of battle. That's Arlott. His passive skill fuels his devastating second skill, allowing him to dash between enemies, dealing massive damage and healing himself simultaneously. Thanks to his skill set, he is a hero that is fairly difficult to kill because of his built-in HP sustain, and is very difficult to escape thanks to his mobility. Cece has emerged as a strong contender in Mobile Legends, offering unique advantages both offensively and defensively. Her kit revolves around dashes and resets, making her slippery and hard to pin down. This allows for aggressive plays and easy escapes. Her ultimate even lets her reposition multiple enemies, disrupting their formations and creating openings for your team. Guinevere is a fighter that thrives in keeping her enemies airborne. She can perform very well regardless if you play her with defensive equipment or damage. Her second skill is what makes her amazing. It allows her to leap and then dash in and out of battle, which makes hunting her down difficult, plus the fact that it renders enemies helpless while in mid-air. Her second skill is so good, there are a lot of times where you wouldn't need her ultimate anymore. Lilia isn't your average damage dealer. This magical maestro blasts enemies with devastating AoE nukes, but that's just the beginning. Her true power lies in manipulating the battlefield itself by summoning shadow energy which can influence the enemy's positioning. Need a daring escape? Pop her ultimate and rewind time by 4 seconds, resetting her health, mana, and position. Forget close quarters combat. Noveria snipes enemies from astronomical distances with her second skill, making her the uncontested queen of early game range. Need to escape a sticky situation? Her phasing ability lets her glide through obstacles with ease, leaving enemies grasping at thin air. Her ultimate unleashes a ridiculously wide zone of slow and reveal, turning the tide of team fights and securing crucial objectives. Just imagine enemies scrambling, exposed, and sluggish, while you rain down pain from afar. Lunox isn't your average mage, she's a burst damage powerhouse with chaotic versatility. While mastering her dual order and chaos forms might take some practice and skilled hands, she's a wrecking ball, capable of carrying teams to victory. Sure, Matilda might not be the most popular support around, but those in the know recognize her as a hidden gem. Her unique skill set makes her a master of surprise ganks and strategic plays. Matilda excels at setting up ambushes and initiating surprise attacks. Her impact on securing successful ganks is undeniable, tilting the scales in your favor. Diggy stands out as a powerful asset against teams heavily reliant on crowd control abilities. His ultimate skill specifically disrupts and limits the effectiveness of crowd control effects, significantly hindering certain enemy heroes. As a support hero primarily tasked with protecting allies, Diggy benefits greatly from defensive equipment, ensuring his own survival and the continued well-being of his teammates. Interestingly, his unique passive ability transforms him into a scouting owl upon death, allowing him to continue providing valuable vision even after elimination. Farimus possesses a unique ability to influence the battle's outcome significantly. His ultimate skill grants allies a brief reprieve from death, potentially turning the tide in crucial moments. Additionally, his first skill offers crowd control by pulling enemies closer, while his second skill inflicts heavy damage, making him a potent offensive threat. Farimus demonstrates versatility by being effective in both solo lanes and as a roaming support. Nolan's skills boast chillingly low cooldowns, letting him zip around the battlefield like a phantom, leaving enemies bewildered. But that's not all. His passive packs a double punch, devastating damage, a crippling slow, and a vacuum effect that sucks enemies right into the heart of the chaos. For an assassin, Nolan is also fairly easy to play, thus making him a great choice for both beginners and experienced players. Joy is nimblest assassin you'll ever see. She darts and weaves, dodging attacks with ease thanks to her unmatched agility. And forget trying to lock her down, her cleansing ability shrugs off debuffs like they're mere cobwebs. But Joy's not just nimble, she's deadly. Her attacks strike multiple enemies, turning skirmishes into one-sided brawls. Imagine seeing her flit in, unleashing a storm of damage, and vanishing before you can blink. Fanny stands out as a unique assassin capable of significantly impacting the game through her explosive burst damage and unmatched mobility. However, unlocking her full potential requires significant time and practice due to her high skill ceiling. Fanny offers tremendous rewarding potential for players willing to invest the time and effort to master her intricacies. However, her demanding gameplay might not suit everyone's style, and players seeking a more forgiving or control-oriented assassin might find other options more suitable. There you go. Those are the heroes that we think will leave a mark in February 2024. What do you think? If you were to replace some of the heroes here, who would it be, and who would you replace it with? Leave your thoughts on the comments section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe, everyone. Peace.